That's garbage. Let's take this again. How's it going out there, friends? Justin here with you today, and we are going to talk about the Tube Screamer. And I want to start by saying I don't even own a Tube Screamer. I've owned many, but at the moment don't have any of the green pedals on my shelf. Got several other things, though, that are right in line with the Tube Screamer. Today we're going to talk about the Boss SD1, the Super Overdrive. We're going to talk about the Blues Driver. We're going to talk about the Fulltone Fulldrive 2. We're going to talk about a couple of Lovepedal. I've got two different versions of the Eternity that we're going to talk about, and we're going to sort of plus minus those together today. So let's jump in. Some of these pedals, of course, the Lovepedal stuff, there's not a huge amount of great demos online, and I'm not going to start by any second and say that mine are going to be great either, but just giving it a shot, and I hope you guys are enjoying what we have for you today. So thank you so much. Stick around. Let's get started with the Super Overdrive, and this thing has been around for a while. This thing started out, according to the Boss website, since 1981. The workhorse Super Overdrive has been the core gain pedal for generations of players across every musical genre. That's what they say. So we've got an asymmetrical clipping circuit, and I guess it actually... yeah, that's what it says on the website. That's the copy. And so let's talk about it. Here's clean tone on the humbucker of the Paul Reed Smith Vela, running through the Flamma preamp and the Sonic Cake Sonic IR, which I know is a crazy setup, but it works and it sounds really nice. I use this on my church board and blown away by it. Now, there are IRs inside the preamp that we're not using, and we're not here to talk about the Flamma preamp today, but that is what you're hearing. No reverb on the board today, just straight in from the preamp, from the IR being my direct in source. So on the Super Overdrive, I've got the tone at 50% or straight up at noon, and we're starting with a lower gain setting, and here is the drive sound. Let's bring that up to 12 o'clock. And then let's roll that on up to 75%. And then let's max that out all the way up. So a lot on this pedal. I don't use this pedal as much as I should. This thing really does sound really nice all the way through. If it's a little too bright for you, you've got good tone. So just slightly less than 50. I'd say maybe 45%. Boss SD1. Sticking with the Boss thing, finished the SD1, going straight to the Blues Driver. Here you go. Let's take that gain back down to 25%. And then 75%. That is the Boss Blues Driver, and sounds great all over the range. In the lower volume or lower gain settings, of course, it's got a little less of a lot, but you certainly could pair that with something else, or if you're running an amp that already has some and you just want a little boost, like a Tube Screamer is so good at doing, maybe you don't need the full thing. This also, I feel like it has a little more, how dare I say, like a Klon style EQ setting. It's a little warmer overall. It has a little more of a chewiness. It's not quite as crisp. Hey, let's move on to the next one. That is the Boss Blues Driver. I've got the full drive on the board. This, I have to be honest with you guys, is my favorite of this bunch. I use it the most. It almost never comes off my board. Again, for reference. Clean tone on the Vela. I've pretty much had all of this on the humbucker today, just for reference, so you guys sort of hear the differences between them. take that to a low gain setting. And for giggles, we're going to crank that all the way up. So I told you this is my favorite, and I use this almost all the time. One of the things I love about this pedal is the different modes. I love the comp cut mode on this, which really doesn't have any gain. So it sort of takes it out of being an overdrive, sort of tube screamer style thing at that place. But what it does is it serves as sort of a filter and a clean boost at that point in time, and I think it sounds great. We're not going to spend time there. It also has a vintage setting, which is the highest gain, sort of darkest mode. It also sounds really great. Let me give you a second of that. Alright, so the one other thing about the Fulldrive is it has the boost circuit. The other Fulldrive, I think the 3 and then some of the other things, has the boost a little differently. This is a gain boost instead of a volume boost. So some of the other circuits of the Fulldrive do things a little differently. I got to tell you, I wish it was a volume boost instead of gain. I think it does some volume also, but it mostly just sort of takes wherever you are and just maxes out the drive to that level. So it's a little weird. We're going to stay away from that. Just know that if you use it in the clean cut or comp cut as a clean boost, you can get a lot of gain on tap here on your boost circuit. It makes it good and usable in lots of other ways. And really good. I leave this on my board a lot. So this is my favorite of the group as far as functional. You can see on the thing, this pedal is dirty. I just pulled it off the board this morning before I got this stuff together. So that's the Fulldrive 2 Lovepedal Eternity. This is the burst version. There are several versions of the Eternity Drive or the Eternity Boost. I'm not sure how it's labeled exactly. But I will let you know, this thing's been around a while. I think they started building these somewhere in the 90s, and you can look up more specs on it. I'm not here to educate you on all that. But the thing sounds amazing. It is sort of a very much vintage tube screamer style thing. So let's jump into it. Eternity Burst. Love that sustain. This thing really rings for days. Taking this down to 25% on the gain. That really is a good sounding pedal. I mean, there's tons of usefulness in this. It's a tough call for me between the Fulldrive and this Eternity Burst in which one I like the sound of. I still edge out the Fulldrive just because it has so many other options and it ties in with other pedals and has some stacking options. But just if I had to pick one to go play a rock show with, probably grab this Eternity Burst. It has been on my board for a while. You can see it's got some nicks on this one. But man, this thing sounds great. Let me give you that's good. Lovepedal Eternity. Alright, so I got one more for you, and this one is a tricky beast. This is the Eternity, again, like the other one. It's a very similar circuit, but sounds totally different. This is the Eternity White, sometimes referred to as the D mod. I got to be honest with you and say that I'm a little ignorant on exactly what that means. I saw some references to it on GearPage. A lot of people have these. They're out there. There's several on Reverb right now. Some people have said on GearPage that this is a Dumble mod. I don't know if that's true. You can do your own research on that. I probably should have done that before doing a video and sharing my thoughts with the world, and then telling them that I don't know what I've got. Yay, me! So, yeah, that's what this is, though. It's the Eternity White, and I know it is referred to as the D mod. So here's what I know about it. It sounds a lot different than that Burst Eternity. Has a lot more compression, a lot more clarity in the upper gain stages. It's a great pedal to play, fun to play. So let's get into it. down by 25%. I love the sustain. I love to hear things just ring out and kind of have those natural overtones that express themselves. Pedals are so fun. I love all of them. So, you know, what do you think, guys? I presented you with some very basic options. I gotta be honest, I think if I had to just pick one pedal, again, I would definitely probably land on the Fulldrive 2. I think that is my favorite of the faves here. This thing right here is incredibly fun, the Burst. If you don't have one, pick one up. You know, they run on Reverb, you know, around 150 bucks used. I don't know if they're still making them. They may be. Check Lovepedal and see if you can get you one. I know they offer a hand-wired version. And again, I have to be somewhat ignorant and tell you, I don't know if this one's hand-wired or if this one's PCB. But, you know, the vote is still out on whether or not that really matters. And then look, do not discount the Boss Super Overdrive. This thing sounds killer. I would probably pick this over the Eternity White. I don't play a lot of high gain things. Mostly what I play, you know, being in church situations, I don't need tons and tons of gain. I may need gain for one section of a song, but it's really more about matching like the mid-range characteristics and frequencies that I'm dealing with, more so than having just raw gain. I'm never doing like big shred parts. I think that if I had to stack next, I'd put the White Eternity and then the Blues Driver. And not to hate on this, it's just, it's a little different flavor. This thing, I believe, has a little bit more of the Klon style EQ thing, where it's just a little chewier. The gain comes on a little bit later in the sweep. And that's my thoughts, guys. So listen, thank you for checking out the channel. I appreciate all that you do. Had a lot of new subscribers coming in lately. So thank you so much. And this is sort of what I do. If you like my thoughts, you like what we're doing, you know, give us a like, give us a share. Hit the subscribe button. You know what to do. You know, YouTube's everybody's on the thing now. Hey, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.